Thank you.
Always a
Okay.
good thing.
That's a good thing. And we can get started. So let me get my act together here and we'll get the show on the road. Now, let me ask you a question because I did something this morning and everybody saw the back end of my presentation, not the front end. So I'm going to ask, let's see, when I share my screen 2, if you see something with pretty hexagons and
Yes.
you don't see a black screen. Good.
Nope.
Better than we were this morning. All right. Very good. So I'll make this as quick and painless as possible. And I really appreciate you all taking the time today to join me for this. I call this my Jumpstart with Jane. My name is Jane Parmel, you know that. With Cardinal Profit Strategies, it's a company I started to help other business owners avoid the pitfalls, dips, and exhaustion that make being in business difficult. You got into business to make life a bit easier, but in reality, you have little free time, you're dealing with customers, and all the business of business, it becomes a struggle. And that's not why you started your business. As a business owner, you should be thriving, not just surviving. I hope you all received that email. If you didn't, the book is in the chat. It's really not that big a deal. You can look at it later on and fill in the blanks as we go along, as you review everything. We are going to use the chat as a parking lot kind of thing. So when you have questions or comments or anything, just throw it into the chat. And as soon as we're done, we'll go over everything in the chat and you can have your questions asked, comments attended to, or whatever. So what I'd like to do right now is give you an opportunity just to introduce yourself. Let's go around the room, share your name, your business name, where you're joining us from, and I want you to answer this question as you go along. What would you do in your business if money was not a worry? What would you do in your business if money was not a worry? So, who wants to go first? Oh, okay, Rita, thank you. I didn't have to voluntold anybody.
I've been voluntold enough when
I know, right?
Okay, so I'm Rita Thomas. I'm your funnel godmother, and I help business owners with a lot of the stuff that Jane was just saying. Take some of the repetitive tasks that are clerical in nature, and they weigh you down and they steal your joy, and they take your eyes off the prize. So you need to be out there doing the $500 an hour work as the owner of the company, not the $15 an hour work that keeps you a slave to the computer. So we use automation in your business systems to free you up so you can enjoy that business that you started for that freedom that you wanted.
And where are you coming from, Rita?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. And what would you do if you're in your business if money was no worry?
If money was no worry, I would be able to be more generous with my time to my fellow business owners, support more of their programs, attend more of their workshops and things like that. So if I had all the money I needed to run my business and I was secure, then I would be able to have even more impact and be able to support my fellow business owners in their endeavors.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Who's up next? Who'd like to go next? Abby, go right ahead. Uh-oh. We can't hear you, Abby.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Up.
I'm from Northern Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
Living in the woods, glamping all the time. So for me, if I had all the money in the world, you said I'm trying to do it in the order you suggested. My business is Tech Assist.
Okay.
And I am the computer angel.
Beautiful. A fairy godmother and an angel. Who's better than us?
Yeah, exactly. And if I had all the money in the world, I would still do the core work of helping people with their computers because that's been my passion. and, and make it more of a help than just a job.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's great. I love that. All right. Who's next up? We have 3 left.
I'll go.
Okay, Judy, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm Judy Herman. I'm known as the Brain Entertainer because I entertain the brains of my audiences, clients, and classes with some memory tips, little tricks so that you can overcome some of the senior moments. And I create puzzles and word games, and those activate different areas of the brain. So essentially, in my classes and my workshops, it's learning without studying. And I think that if I had all the money in the world, I would give this to everyone, because the idea of keeping your brain healthy and active is so important to me. And I really do want to get my information out to as many people as possible. And that's what I would do if I had to do it pro bono, or if I could do it, just to large groups and didn't have to worry about what the money was. That would be great. Give me a chance to be more generous with what I have to give.
I think generosity is a concurrent theme with everybody today. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Judy. And Judy's back for a second round. I guess she likes to hear me talk.
I like you. I do. I like you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate the support. Okay, well, we have 2 people left, Barbara and Michelle. Who wants to go?
All right, I'll go.
Okay.
So, I am Barbara Johnson, the strategic accountant, and I help busy entrepreneurs strategize and get their books in order so that they keep more of the money. It's your money. Let me show you how to keep it. That's my biggest thing. I do books, I do taxes, I do budgeting, I do profit first. I do a whole suite of things that makes your job of managing your money go away, because you get to see what's there. Knowing your numbers is the most important part of running a business, so that you then can make all those big decisions, like, can I give things away? Can I be generous? And so I take that off your plate so that you get to do what you truly love, which is run your business, be able to do that, and be generous. If I had all the money in the world, I would go on cruises and still run my business.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's that you would need it to have to pay for Wi-Fi on the cruise, but that's
Well, pretty much. You still pay for Wi-Fi on the cruise. I mean, I've already got my mission where I'm going to be taking care of 100 child fund children and supporting 3 missionaries and 2 pet sanctuaries, 1 on each coast. But that's a business mission. That's not, if I had all the money in the world, what I would do. I'm going to do that anyway.
Well, that's
if I had all the money in the world, I would take cruises.
Exactly. The business is going to be the thing that's going to get you there. And Michelle, last but not least, tell us about yourself.
I am Michelle Maddox, and I serve older women, baby boomer age, golden years women, who feel that they have been marginalized and that they no longer have a voice and that their best years are behind them. So I try to inspire them, motivate them to consider what they value, what is a talent, a gift within them that they can revive, they can remember, and they can apply to dreams that they might have forgotten, and pursue goals and dreams that are not small ones. I don't allow anybody to think small. I encourage them to think expansively and big, and to pursue the most that they can imagine that would just rock their world and the world of those around them. So if I had all the money in the world, I think I would travel to speak on stages and pay to do it, whatever it took, to get on stages around the world, so that I can speak to women from different cultures, different religious groups, ethnicities, tribes, nationalities, about what we really all have in common, what we share as our fears, what we share as our triumphs, and discover that we're all in this together, dealing with the same issues, and we can support each other and love on each other in the process of thriving and doing more than just sitting in a corner in a Barca lounger watching
And-
Lucy.
That's it. You're right. Listen, folks, I think that's it. We're done. Yeah, I got over everything I needed to get just listening to everybody.
But I need to tell you something, Jane.
Go right
Your-
ahead.
The last email you sent was for your registration and not for the webinar, and I couldn't get in. So I had to scroll back and I found the link to join tonight, but I think you would have more people who might be stuck and who could not get in because they had the wrong link.
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
registration link and all it said was that registration is
That's,
closed.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and the original link went out from Zoom. That's why I was just really, I thank you for telling me. I don't know how that happened because I thought I picked it up off of,
Do you want to
the right
check your
place.
messages and see if anyone's
See if
texting?
any-
yeah, let me see. I don't
Oh.
know. Let's look. Let's see. Aha, okay. Let's see.
that
We've got
happening?
one. Let's see if we can get them in so that I can get this done. I'm gonna stop my screen share just for a second.
That's fine.
That's the link. Hold on one second. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it, Michelle.
Sure.
I see your email.
Yeah.
And let me just see if there's anybody else. Yeah, it looks like that's it. Okay.
One? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I have to check into that. Like I said, things have been going very strange with my links and in my calendar and everything else, so I will definitely look into it. Okay, so let's get back to where we were going here. And okay. So I want to ask you, how many of you have a marketing plan, a strategic marketing plan written up, something you follow, something that you actively use on a calendar? How many of you have that? Put a hand up. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Don't feel bad if you don't have it. Second thing is, do you have a marketing budget? This is a job. See, I knew you knew that the person that handles the books does, right? Okay, do you handle all of your company's marketing? I'm gonna probably, no, you don't. That's good. You do. Who else does? I know I do.
I do.
Okay, good. And let me ask you one last question. Do you want to see a significant improvement in your bottom line? Would you like to see that? Of
Yeah.
course. Okay, great. So we're all on the same page. Let me tell you about my Jumpstart 12. I work with my clients on these 12 strategies. So you can follow along if you have the workbook. If not, don't worry about it. They are all structured around marketing your business and getting in front of more people. I think Judy said if she wants to get in front of as many people as she can. I think that that's one of the most important things that you could do as you go along, because it's going to consistently give you leads that generate money for you. It's a challenge to do it. It can be overwhelming. We have websites, we have social media, we have SEO, we have email marketing, Facebook, pay-per-click. It gives me a headache just to think about it. And this is what I concentrate on. So if you're not used to dealing with all of that, it can be very overwhelming. What I want to do for you today is to remove that overwhelm in your life forever, in your business life forever. So you're familiar with the Pareto rule? The Pareto rule states that 20% of what you do daily generates 80% of your total annual revenue. In other words, you only do a few things every day that'll make you the most of your money, and that will all you need to focus on. When we figure that out today, it's all you'll need to focus that on. The beginning of it is these 5 areas. It comprises the 20%: leads, conversions, transactions, pricing, and profits. And our big goal is the profits. We want to make sure you're profitable. We want to make sure that Barbara has stuff to count when she's doing your books, and she wants to make it so that you can keep that and make it work for you, for the business, for your families, for your retirement, whatever you want it to be. So how are you currently generating leads? Anybody that wants to share with, how do you usually get people to come into your, funnel? Okay, funnel godmother. Let me take a guess.
Okay, so I generate leads by word of mouth from my happy customers, by being very present online in a few groups, very present in a few places. I do lives twice a week on 2 platforms, and I do the Laura Barker's. I follow her strategy on LinkedIn in the direct messages, and that gets me appointments as well. And I
Fantastic.
do a lot of live local networking, and I wear my crown all the time.
There you go, a convertible crown.
Well, and you know what? Just to say that, I have a moniker. I have a something that makes people remember me. Even if they don't get to talk to me, they remember me.
Right, exactly. Both, I mean, the more you can stand out, and we're going to get to that, definitely, the more you can stand out, the better off you'll be. Who else? Anybody else want to share how they get their leads?
I have a plan to get leads that I haven't applied yet. I'm still completing my lead magnet. But once that's done, then I'll just plant it in my personal Facebook page and my private group page
Perfect.
and in my videos.
Perfect. Great. That's a great strategy. And I mean, again, it doesn't have to be in place, running and working. The plan for it is just as good at this point, because you can see what can work. You can hear from other people what can work and what doesn't work, so you don't make the mistakes. Anyone else? We're gonna, yes, Abby.
I'm very much like Rita, but I'm still working on my funnels. But I find that I'm getting most of my leads from network marketing, part of the 5 groups that I'm part of.
Beautiful. And is that online or is that in person?
Online.
Online,
Mostly
yeah.
online.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
Abby, your leads, are they network marketing people, or are they you're in network marketing and you're getting leads?
They are network marketing people.
Ah, okay.
beautiful. Okay, well, that's a good strategy as well. All right. So that being said, leads, we have the difference between leads and referrals. We're going to go into that too. One of the tools that I use is called a profit growth calculator. Those 5 areas that I mentioned in terms of lead generating and all. We right here, I just want to show you a little bit of a fictitious company that I know of. It's called Wanda's House of Widgets. Wanda generated 1,000 leads in the past year. She worked her butt off and she got all of those leads through her funnels, through her various appearances, speaking engagements and things. And the average conversion rate was about 25%. Those customers they bought from Wanda for about 10 times during the course of the year. And they typically paid about $100 per purchase on average. The profit then per sale is only about 25%. But if you notice at the bottom, you're earning around $62,500 annually. But if we increase each of those 5 areas by only 10%, and 10% is a fraction of what we could do, but let's just be very ultra conservative. It's probably the only time I'll be ultra conservative, but 10%, 10% raise of everything, your annual revenue would almost double from 62.5 to over 6 figures comfortably. So
I did have a question. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
It says profit, but you just mean revenue, right?
Well, I mean revenue in this sense, but you can go to, it's going to increase your profit if you're going to be lowering everything else, dependent on all the strategies. So yes, you're going to raise your revenue for this example, but it's a profit growth because you are considering the percentage of the percentage that your profit is. If you're going to be doubling your revenue, is it something that you would like to hear more about? I think so. I think it would really work well to double your revenue, double your profit. Sometimes when you double your revenue, you can triple your profit depending on what you do exactly. I can show you higher percentages, but this is only the beginning. Like I said, the $62,500 becomes almost $500,000 annually if we go to what some of my clients have enjoyed. Some of them have done 50% more. Some of them have done 300% more. So it all depends on how we do things. Are we looking at staying as a solopreneur at a $500,000 annually? Probably not, but at least you'll have the money to hire staff, hire virtual assistants, hire whoever you need if you have the money in. So we have word of mouth, referrals. Referrals are an excellent lead source because they're vetted. They're probably the best one by far because they're not leads. They're not just the things that you're chasing after. We want to make sure that you know what's coming in every time, and you don't have to sit there and what's the saying? Take the wheat from the chaff. You want to make sure that the people that are coming to you are viable, are vetted in some cases, and are really looking and eager to buy from you. So you must be able to enter that conversation, taking the place in the head of your prospects. Another way to look at it is you address that number one question on your prospect's mind at just the right time. Now, I know you're probably saying, that's great. Now I have to be a mind reader on top of everything else. I have to run my business. I have to get everything done. I have to keep the books because I don't have enough money to pay somebody to do it. I have to do all the marketing. And now you want me to read my customer's mind. Well, it's easy to do when you know the key fundamentals of marketing. And that conversation revolves around two major points. Very simple. There's a problem that they have that they don't want, and there's a result they want, but they don't have. Simple. The marketing formula we follow considers these 2 points and leads us to a compelling message that practically forces your prospects to buy what you sell. It's called the conversion equation. I know Rita's laughing. She's going, really? It convinces them? You know, we're in New York. We give them an offer they can't refuse. But anyway, we use something called the conversion equation. It's interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. The interrupt is your headline. It's the first thing someone sees when they see your website. They read any of your marketing. They read any of your marketing collateral or hear you speak. When someone asks you what you do, it's the first words out of your mouth. That's your headline, and it must address the problem your prospects have that they don't want. The engage is your subheadline. That's the second thing that your prospects see or hear. It must address the result that your prospect wants but doesn't have. The educate part is the information you provide verbally or in writing that presents evidence to your prospects that you and your product or service are superior in every way to your competition. It's what sets you apart. Unfortunately, most businesses aren't different from their competitors, and that's why you need to create what we refer to as your market dominating position. You may know it as your unique selling proposition or your unique selling point. For your business to stand out from the crowd, it must make your prospects say to themselves that they would be absolute idiots to buy from anyone else but you. So, and it doesn't matter what price you're charging either. And I don't want you to be afraid. People think that the word price or increase, they're fearful of it. You don't have to be. And then finally, the offer, it's got to be a compelling offer. They want to do it. They can't walk away from you without buying from you, whether it's a service, a product, or anything else that you might do. If you follow the conversion equation, you can significantly cut down on the number of touch points. I think I already hit it and it might have gone already, but you have more than 20 to 100 touch points before a prospect makes their buying decision. We all know that from our WPN sisters. And then the conversion equation actually reduces it to 5 to 12. These are the follow-ups. These are the things that we have to do. One of the things that businesses tend not to do is follow up. When you do that, there's a huge window of opportunity, and you can sway your customer to buying from you just because you're in front of them again. You're there, and they want to buy from you. So you have two types of buyers. You have the now buyers that are going to buy from you anyway. Most likely, probably, they're almost 100% going to buy. Then you have the people that buy later. Those are the ones that are looking for value. We have those buy now people, and I think that we've talked about this before in some of the WPN stuff, and also in the talks that I've given. When you do the buy now, you're doing that free consultation, a discount, a coupon, a free assessment, a complimentary quote, or my favorite one and the biggest mistake of all is when you say, call us. The call us only appeals to those people that are ready to buy this instant. and that is 1% of your entire market. So it's not even really worth doing that. You're waiting for something and you're just going to hear crickets. The remaining 99% of the viable prospects are investigating. They're gathering information and searching to determine who's offering the best value. And that's the most important thing. Just listening to you people introduce yourselves today, I don't have a problem knowing what value you all bring to your customers, very clearly identified. And it's the first thing you all say. Really, even above what your company name, you are socially responsible, you are working for your clients, and you want to see the greater good, not just for yourself. You do need to reach the 99% to make more money for yourselves. The only reason that prospects consider price, and we all know that, we get that pushback all the time. Oh, well, it's too much money. I don't have it. My favorite, I have to talk to my husband. I have to talk to my wife. I have to discuss it with my family. There are always excuses because they can't see the value right off the bat. You know that you have people that buy instantly, you have people that hold off. But if you don't have that market dominating position and you look just like everybody else, they're just looking at, that's not nice. But I just realized the E is on the guy's cup. That looks terrible. I have to fix that. Anyway, you are forced to shop price when you can't shop value. So that is one of the best things. And you guys got it all going on now anyway. So in your group notebook, there's a conversion equation evaluator. It's another gift I give you. It's a form that measures the success probability for any marketing that you use by measuring the 5 areas of your marketing. 4 areas of the conversion equation, and then the overall look and formatting of your marketing. So when you have a chance, review it, see how it helps create value. It'll guide you in the future with anything you do, whether it's a business card or an actual advertisement in something, or radio and TV ads. We've used it for everything. When I use this to evaluate most websites, especially websites, on a scale from 0 to 5, they rate about a 0.8. So just think, a lot of stuff, yeah, it's not always good. Marketing has to rate at least 3.0 or higher on this chart to be successful. Very, it's kind of eye-opening when you get to use it. So let me quickly go through something that we use, that Rita uses. I know she's helped us immensely with Keep and showing us the benefit of landing pages. They focus on your problem, on the problem that your prospects have that they don't want, and there's a result they want but don't have. We can implement the first 2 components of the conversion equation on a landing page with the interrupt and the engage. The headline's the interrupt, and it addresses the problem they have. On the left, you see we have a doctor who had his original landing page. We created the landing page on the right for the doctor. Notice the headline, "Are you sick and tired of the yelling, screaming, belligerent attitude of your child?" That's on the left side. Does that address the problem these parents have and don't want? Yeah, probably, but it's got a lot more, bang to it, I guess. But the subheadline or the engage must address the result they want but don't have. Notice how it says, now you can discover the secrets to controlling your child and instantly restore peace and quiet in your home. The third conversion equation component is educate. One of the things that this doctor did was, if you look at that left side page, landing page, he writes, "I want to welcome you to remarkable parenting." Well, that sounds good. Remarkable parenting. But then it says you'll find tons of great information with hundreds of articles, hundreds of pages of articles. Now, if you're a parent, if you've ever been a babysitter or have nieces, nephews, or little children that you've ever had to care for, you do not have time to read through hundreds of pages of things to try to figure out a child. It's not going to work. So what do you think the conversion could be on this? I will tell you, on his old page, he was still getting about 300 leads per month because he saturated the market where he was. He was also doing pay-per-click advertising on Facebook. The ad converted about 10% of those leads to actually 30 prospects, viable prospects. Just think about that. He reached 300 people, but only 30 of them became, prospects that he could actually meet with or at least inquire about his services. And I say inquire, not requested. They asked. They didn't necessarily take him up on it. Out of those 30 that will call, only another 10% will consent to the consultation, which for 300 people that he got in, 3 prospects, 3 are the ones that he got in front of. Fortunately for him, he usually converts anybody he talks to, so he had 3 new patients. With the landing page that we did, we gave it a little bit more of a spin so that it's clear. Learn the secrets to gaining and maintaining complete control of your child in less than 60 seconds. Well, that sounds a lot better than going through hundreds of pages.
On that.
Right? So, and then we're just asking for email address and first name. Now listen, we go back to the same thing. Is everybody going to read through everything? Are they actually going to have a chance to watch a video or something in 60 seconds? We're not sure, but this is something that Rita will tell you in a landing page, in a lead funnel, a lead generation funnel. You want to get their name and their email address, and then you can do miracles with it. We're going to get to that too. So you can do, why does this keep happening? Okay. So once you get that, you have something to work with. This doctor, like I said, he at 10%, he's doing 3 customers. With our site, he actually was able to get the conversion rate up to 20. So that was 6 new clients as opposed to the 3. So he was already getting another doubled his money basically. So if he charged $800 for his services, he got 3 more clients. It's $2,400 for the month, another almost $30,000 for the year. That's pretty good. He could pay his receptionist with that. So it works. Do you think you could get similar results for your business if we tried something like that? Something small just to get the leads? Do you know how many leads you've generated in the last 12 months? How about in the last month? How many people requested your offer? Do you realize that one slight change just in the wording of how we put it, it was a similar information, but just in the wording, we changed it and it changed it up. It doubled what he was taking in his customers from his advertising campaign. The next thing I want to talk to you about are alliances and joint ventures. Joint ventures, you have 2 or more businesses that decide to form a partnership. It doesn't have to be this massive thing. It could just be somebody that you know that offers something that you don't. And finding a partner that services the same type of clients, you actually will find people that do products and services that you don't. You don't have to work harder. You just have to work smarter, be more strategic. The way you do that is to work in an event chain, also called your customer's journey. That's how you find the event chain. Walk the path of your customer. Find out what the customer wants, what the customer is looking for. So if you're somebody that's getting married, what's the first thing that a bride is going to start the journey off with? Well, it's probably the ring. And then it's probably where they're going to get married, and then where they're going to have the reception. Those are the people that you want to talk to if you are an event planner or a florist or a DJ. You want to get in front of those people. Work with them. They will give you referrals. Remember, referrals are different from leads. Referrals are focused or vetted by another person, usually a professional in the similar industry as you are in, and it gives you people further along in the buying process. They're already warmed up. They're already marinating in the joy of getting married, or the joy of buying furniture, or the joy of hearing how you're going to make sure that they are going to keep their brains active as they grow older. They're going to be involved as they grow older, and they're going to count. So those are the things that you have to think about. If you have big ticket clients, I know some of us do, some of us don't, some of us, big ticket is a relative term. So it all depends on what you're looking at. But with big ticket clients, if you can just get 1 referral per month from the businesses above you, it can increase your revenue by 10,000, 20,000 a month, just 1 referral. And then you have to think about the people behind you in the chain. So other people that your customers will leave you and go to other vendors to get whatever else they need. Those are the low-hanging fruits that you can really work these vendor programs, these referral networking, these partnerships that can really have people keep you top of mind. And that's what we're looking at all the time. Once you have that, you have another marketing team working for you. One of the other strategies that we work on is cross-selling and upselling and downselling. We go in all directions. So downselling, it's when you offer a prospect an alternative at a lower price, or when they decline your original offer. It's too expensive, it's too whatever. So you give them something of lesser cost to them, but not necessarily a difference in value. The goal is to turn the prospect into a client, so you realize some short-term financial benefit and you gain the opportunity to do business with them again in the future. Let's take like a health club, right? So, we've all probably gone, every one of us has gone to a health club at some point in our lives, and they say, join for a full year. No, I don't want to do that. The downsell would be a 90-day health makeover membership. That is a lower price. Or they'll give you a 1-week trial membership. Sometimes they even throw that at you for free. Any successful downsell is better than someone walking out with no transaction taking place, right? Something is better than nothing. But think about this. If you were able to downsell once a day at, let's say, $25, do you know you add almost $8,000 to your annual revenue? Think about it. That's significant. Again, $8,000 makes you be able to pay something off, pay a utility bill, take care of the car if, God forbid, you have a repair that comes up. It's
Pay for
important.
more marketing and advertising.
There you go. You can pay for help with your marketing and advertising. So when you talk about upselling and cross-selling, when you go to McDonald's and they say you want to supersize, back in the day, I'm showing my age, you want to supersize that, that's upselling. When you cross-sell, you're going to be looking at something that we were already going to do it. That's what I'm showing you in that postcard. An Econo Lube or a Jiffy Lube, one of those places. Listen, they got the car up on the lift already. What's it for them to take off the tires and give it a brake check or a tire inspection or that? So they entice you, and they entice prospects in by saying, we'll give you this for free and this for free and this for free and this for free. And they're charging you what they normally would charge you anyway. But while you're in there, notice how they do things like this. Did you top off your windshield wiper fluid? Did you change your oil filter? And before you know it, the $29.95 becomes $99.95 because you don't want to say no, right? That's cross-selling. So it's just the point of get the customer to you virtually, in person, a combination of it, and get to talk to them. That's the whole point of getting them in. So we showed you a little bit about a drip campaign. The drip campaign automatically communicates to your customers. I try to get every single one of my clients into a drip campaign because we can set it. I know Rita's going to yell at me, but we can almost set it and forget it.
Yeah.
We can almost do that. We do pay attention to it, and you can have a ton of drip campaigns centered, focused on different markets that you want to advertise to. So keep that in mind when you're putting it out. We had one client that was a sunroom installer, I guess, sunroom contractor, and they put out an idea guide. What better than that? Like an interior decorator putting out an idea guide. You give people the idea to use them more and more. Listen, are they going to read it? Maybe. Are they going to wait until they need it? You know what? I have a ton of stuff that I keep just in case, because I'm going to do something one day and I need some ideas. So those kind of things that you can come up with for your drip campaigns. 10 ways to keep your dog clean between groomings. 6 ways to make sure that the tooth fairy comes for 6-year-olds. Things like that. Anything that you can put together that can spark some interest for people, they will sign up. They'll gladly give you their email address because they find value in what you're giving. I want to talk a little bit about numbers. As far as the numbers are concerned, the sunroom company generated 300 leads per month. Conservatively, 20% would opt in for this information. So that's about 60 prospects. And of those, 6 would become customers. So that means 54 prospects did not buy. Those 54 prospects now begin receiving the company's drip campaign. Out of those 54 prospects, an additional 2 of them will typically buy in the next 30 days. This pattern will continue month after month for as long as the sunroom company stays in touch with those prospects. It could be years. and it's worth it. Somebody said to me, do you really think that it's worth just having a drip campaign run forever? You know what? Yeah, it does, because it's always going to do, you don't have to really go back to it and address it unless something you do changes in your services and your products. So every month we have 54 new prospects that go into the top of the company's funnel. If you look over here, 1 year growth, if we start from 0, 54 go in January, 54 plus 52, because we lost 2 because they actually became customers. Now look at that. That's 106 the second month, and just keep adding. See what you're down to by the time you hit a 12-month mark. It is one of the easiest things you could do, and it's one of the most lucrative to get back what you put into it. Definitely. At the end of year 1, the company would have generated 3,600 new prospects. Is that amazing or what? Compounding every month. 72 new clients if we just do averages through their landing page. And here's the moneymaker. The company produced a staggering 156 clients through its drip campaign in 1 year. They would have never had that had they not had the drip campaign. It works. So by month 12 of year 1, the company generates 30 new customers every month. They can literally stop all lead generating efforts. They don't have to do another thing. If you keep all these numbers at 10%, you are talking about significant gains, but it could get better. So, but I feel like one of those commercials on late night TV. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Create a powerful offer. One that your customers would be crazy to pass up. You notice I keep going back to, your customers are crazy if they don't work with you. They're insane if they don't work with you. They've got to be nuts not to work with you. It's the truth. Just again, listening to Peg, you had to hear the way these ladies were talking. When we went around the room, they said that basically they want to do everything for everybody else. It's not even about them. It's really about everybody else. And when they can get more profit in and more things to do, more ways to get that profit higher, they can do more with it. And they don't have to be afraid of making money, because I know a lot of people have that hang up. They're afraid to be successful. So when you create a powerful offer, make sure that it's a free offer. If it is a free offer, that you're not paying them to buy your product. One of the things that I laugh at, I'm dealing with a client now. She keeps saying to me, but if I just give this away this time, and I sit there and I shake every time I get an email, every time my phone pings, I go, oh God, what is it going to be this time? She gives things away because she believes, in her heart, she believes that the only way she's getting customers is because she's giving them more value. And I said that you are giving them more value, but you're giving them exponentially too much value. So create packages with a startup or a launch that you're launching a new program, a new service. Buy one, get one is much better than free. Create an offer that has a deadline or a limited number. Create supply and demand. It's economic basics, and guarantee your work. What could it cost you if you are working in integrity with accountability, which you all said you do? You know, you do the job you said you would. You'll deliver the results as you claimed. It's a novel idea, right? It's actually in fashion these days, right? So think about it. When you use that as one of your unique selling propositions, it may not be something that everybody in your industry, in your field does. Some people just are in it for the money, Expanding the number of products and services that you offer is another strategy. If you already provide a quality product or service, then with your current customers, be open to other items. Ask them, how would you know, right? Ask them what they might be looking for, what they might consider. And if they know, like, and trust you, they'll demand what you wanted, what you want them to buy, basically. You're looking at the value that you are bringing for the stuff that you have, then you are endorsing. That's the word I was looking for. You're endorsing something else. You're endorsing someone else's service. You're endorsing a service that you could provide or someone else could provide. And that again leads back to the referral partners. These are all strategies that are intertwined with each other. Just as an example, I was talking to my landscaper the other day, you know, during the summer up here in New York, we actually have, well, we used to have, seasons. Anybody familiar with, I know you, a lot of you are in Florida and further south, but we have seasons up here where it snows sometimes and rains other times of the year. But the landscapers have a problem up here because they work from maybe March to November, and then there's a whole bunch of months they can't do anything because the weather, it gets bad. It snows, it ices up, and you know, stuff doesn't grow. Of course, they don't need the lawns trimmed. So they turn to, my landscaper turns to tree trimming. He puts in decks, he puts in fences, he does stonework, he will get into sprinkler systems. The sprinkler system is funny. He works with a vendor. He gets his clients to use the sprinkler system man that he's in touch with. He also has an electrician that he works with to do outdoor lighting, and he works with a pool guy, so he gets pools installed during the winter months. He doesn't do any of those last couple of services. He does not lift a finger. But because he makes a professional recommendation, the homeowners go with those recommendations. The landscaper easily, he negotiates, he told me, anywhere between 10% and 15% from his affiliate marketing. And he gets those other people to complete the job. He doesn't get his hands dirty, and he has doubled his annual revenue just on the referrals. So how many additional offerings and products and services could you be offering? Think about people that complement your services. Think about people that are in the same sphere, whether it's Michelle. I noticed that there was a little bit of a synergy between you and Judy that might work because you both deal with people in their later years. It might be something to pursue and work, you know, work on working together. You can, this strategy, again, if this is a 10% increase on your strategy, on your revenue income, that's great. Just, we're looking at 10%. We're not looking at anything more. One thing I do want to just discuss with you, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up. I want you to know something about discounting. This is a dirty word. It's a 4-letter word. I know it's got more letters, but it's a 4-letter word. I'm going to tell you why. If a person that runs a business gives a discount and discounts their prices by 10%, only 10%, they now have to sell 50% more just to break even. Barbara, check me out on these numbers. For example, if you sell something for $100 and you have a 30% profit margin, you make $30 in profit for every widget you sell. That means your cost basis is $70. If you discount the widget by 10% and you sell it for $90 instead of $100, your cost basis is still $70. Now you're only making $20 in profit instead of the $30. For this business to make $1,000 in profit selling their widgets at $100 each, they need to sell 33.3 widgets. 30 times 33.3, $1,000 roughly. But by discounting their price just by 10%, now they have to sell 50 widgets, which means they're doing more work, right? $20, 50 widgets, that's the $1,000. Instead of making 33.3, now they have to make 17 more. It's almost 17 more. They have to sell almost 50% more widgets just to get back to their original profit margin. They only discounted 10%. That's food for thought. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't know that. And that's the problem. If you are discounting like that, you are hurting yourself beyond measure. So consider this. When was the last time you ever saw a business that gave a measly 10% discount? Most will offer 20 to 40% discounts. And then they scratch their heads and wonder why they're going broke. Did you know that the latest research in advertising shows that discounting doesn't actually impact someone's buying decision unless that discount is for 40% or more? Start to think about those numbers. How many more? I mean, what are we talking about? 100 more more widgets to make the same amount of money? That's really when you're putting good money after bad. You're killing your staff, you're killing your brand, and you're not making any money anyway. So stop discounting. Instead, innovate your business to offer more value than your competition, even if that means increasing your price. and that's another bad word, everybody says, I can't increase my price, you will lose the full value of every dollar you discount when you discount your price. So please don't do that. Do something instead. Do something that might be a bundle. See, he's scratching his head because he's wondering where all his money went. Bundling. I'm going to give you a specific example of bundling. Bundling is when you put things together so that you create a package that's sold to a client. When you do this, you completely eliminate the biggest complaints small business owners have, and that's competing on price. You're bringing more value. Remember in the beginning, we talked about bringing more value. You remove the comparison, that you're buying one thing and this guy's selling it for the same amount. You're giving more value. So you have to remember that customers today shop value, not price. The real key to success in marketing is to offer more value than your competition, and the prospects will pay twice the price if they believe that they're receiving more value from you. Most businesses begin to offer discounts, and then we have this whole cycle that just you start circling the drain. So as an example, a home builder in the area here, he actually, in the area here, the houses are much more expensive, but just for our sake, let me just give you this idea to keep it simple. $150,000 house, the home builder was building it. He didn't put the drywall up yet. He got a deal with one of his friends. I don't know where, if they fell off the back of a truck or what, but he got a whole house entertainment and security system from a local vendor. He actually was able to secure about 10 of them. In that, he got a 60-inch flat screen, high quality surround sound system, home security system with cameras, fire protection, the whole 9 yards. The vendor usually charged almost $2,300 to install, with all the equipment and installed. And he sold the package to the home builder for $6,500. Now that's a tremendous discount, but he wasn't installing them. So he took all his installation labor costs out. Since the builder had access to the house before the drywall went up, his crew installed the system for nothing, for pennies on the dollar. So if the house was going for $150,000, the builder now offered that home with the system in place for $156,500. So he just covered his costs. And he had people in a bidding war. They went from paying $150,000 or $156,500 to homes selling to near $190,000 just because they came with this free package that brought the value up tremendously. So he bundled it, he got a deal. Nothing's going to stop somebody when they think they're getting more value than any money that they could spend. So I ask you, you need to create a list of potential products and services that you could put together that really give your business a kick. I know that when we talk about pricing and bundling in WPN and in the things that Nancy and Trish tell you, you are always looking at that, start from the top, get your biggest thing, put everything all in the same, basket, and then break it down into your lesser packages, because somebody's going to buy everything you have to sell because it's the most valuable to them. So I would pay more for a house with all of that in. And lastly, our increased prices and cost cutting efforts. Listen, folks, if you increase the price, I know some of you don't do it. You don't want to do it. If you do a 10% increase on a $100 package that you might offer, it's $110. That $10 is all profit. And it's a 33% increase in your profitability. It's as simple as that. You saw what happens with the discounting. So you have to lose customers. You might not. Some people may walk out the door. Some people may say, you know what, you're crazy and I'm not paying your price. It's going to be a small percentage of people, if they even do it, if they know the value you bring, they will not walk away from you. But even if they did, to break even, the business would have to lose 25% of its customers to cover a 10% price increase. That's not going to happen. Those things don't occur. So, I mean, literally, unless you're poisoning people, and I don't think that anybody's doing that here, that's not going to happen. Anyway, so one good way, increase your prices. Maybe not 10%, maybe you just want to do a 5% increase. And then the final one is cost cutting. There's 6 ways for you to reduce your costs. Understand your margin pricing. Work with somebody like Barbara to figure out what your margins are and how low you can go when you're pricing, and to be competitive, not discounting, just pricing correctly. Audit your current suppliers and vendors. Ask them for better payment terms. Ask them for free shipping. Ask them for any way they can help you. Confront supplier price increases. Tell them, you're killing me. You can't increase my prices. Somebody was talking about a book that they wanted to publish, and the pricing is going through the roof just for shipping. See if you can work something out with a private shipper, or if there's another way to get it shipped to your clients. We have packages that I know some of us that we do, and some books and things. Ask. The worst that could happen is they tell you no, and then you start all over from the beginning. Keep your returns in check if you have people asking for refunds. Reduce your scrap, even when you're working from home. Try not to be wasteful. Limit excess inventory. I will tell you, as a survivor from Superstorm Sandy, don't carry more inventory than you need. If you have a book that you're doing, don't order 1,000 of them and pray you're going to get rid of them. Order what you need for when you need it, because inventory sitting is a dangerous thing. All you need is a leak, a fire, a storm, a something. It's not a good thing to throw out everything you worked hard at. So please keep that in mind. And so let me ask you, do you think that we could do, I centered on 10%, but do you think we could do 5% in any of your businesses? Do you think that would be an easy call? 5%? I think it would. If you go to, when you get a chance, if you go to the workbook and you see on page 2, I gave you a breakdown of the different sections. All I need from you, and this is your business, it's going to be your private writing too. Take the number that you did for your annual revenue last year, put that in, and then give yourself 10%, give yourself 5% on each of those lines, on each of those sections, and just add up what's possible. When you get that number, I think you'd be happy with anything that would be above what you made last year. And if you can do that, that's fantastic. If we can help you do that, that'd be even better. But if you add all these up and you keep in mind that this revenue is not a one-time increase, you can keep doing the 5% increase every single year. If the 5% is too little for you, shoot for 10. Aim high. You can do it. It's very simple, because you see with certain things, sometimes it'll bring it up 25%, 30%, 100%. Small incremental change is going to compound on all of the different strategies, and you'll be able to make significant growth happen quickly. So I think I forgot to do the slide again. But if you implement these strategies, you will always have new orders in your pipeline, your advertising and your drip campaign, joint ventures that send you revenue, or you can get referrals from them. You have upsells, downsells, cross-sells taking place daily. And you can do additional affiliate products and services to you offer to your customers through your vendors, through your referral marketers. You have higher pricing that your customers will willingly pay because you are giving them higher value, and you're going to lower your costs. So I think that if you implement all of these are the things that you are going to see as we go along. So I want to wrap it up early because I don't want to keep you any longer. And I know Barbara's running out of pretzels. So because those are the things that keep her up. She didn't tell you. She puts them in her eyelids to keep them up. The only thing standing in your way now is getting all of this implemented promptly and efficiently. And I know what you're thinking. I got another mind reading question. How will I find the time to get all of this in place, Jane? Because I have enough on my plate. The good news is we have different levels of our programs. We have the DIY, we have the done with you, and we have the done for you. So we can help you implement it on any level that you want. And what if I told you this? If you could do it without costing you a cent, would you be interested? Okay. And there's a catch to the cost without costing you a cent. Let me get to that. So as a thank you for taking part in this focus group, you will each receive, let's see if we can do this the right way, a one-to-one, so we can meet at your convenience to assess what we might need to do right out of the gate to start putting more money in your pocket and the amount of time we need to commit to you and your business to ensure success. Secondly, we're giving each of you a free profit acceleration assessment valued at over $750. That is the really, truly deep dive that we do. So you can see what's possible, not with a make-believe company like I did with Wanda's House of Widgets, your own company. Then we also give you the Jumpstart 12 book. That's the thing that it's based on. That's a copy that you get for your download immediately. And the last thing goes back to the Cardinal Profit Guarantee. Isn't he cute? We work with a guarantee in writing that within the first 30 days, you will not be out of pocket so much as 1 cent during our entire time working together. If we fail to replace that fee within the 30-day time frame, we will 100% refund your money, no questions asked. What that means is if you write me a check, if you give me a credit card, whatever it is, if I do not make you at least your money back, I'm talking about 100%. I mean, really like 300%. We give you back the check. We give you back the credit card. No questions asked. You can tell me to go take a walk. It's been fun. Or you can tell me to try again another month. So that's our guarantee. That's how confident we are in the Jumpstart 12. And I would love to have a conversation with any and all of you whenever you can. I will not pressure you into anything today, but I'd ask you to look out for an email. My last question to you is, how can I help you from here? I appreciate you. Thank you for staying up tonight and learning all about these marketing strategies. You'll receive that email from me tomorrow with all your presents. I'll get it to you tomorrow so you can sleep tonight, digest a little bit of this, get a good night's rest, and have some clarity. And then if you would contact me, if you don't receive it by tomorrow afternoon, please call me, because spam and junk files have been my nemesis. So please check those two, contact me and say, where's my presents? I want them. So any questions, folks? I want to go to the chat and see. Let's see. Any questions? The link you sent? Yeah, I know. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, I tried
Okay.
it.
You
Perfect.
don't have much in the chat because if I'm like anyone else, I was totally mesmerized by everything you were saying. Like I was just like,
Well, you know what it is, Rita? You know it. You know it works.
I
It's
know
just
it.
a question of,
Well, and here's the thing. I run a business too. And
Mhm.
so I do all this for all my clients, and I'm hearing you tell me I can help you do this for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We forget about ourselves sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate the fact that you came tonight. Peg, tell everybody what you do, because I know you were a little hung up and you came in a little bit late. Just tell everybody in the room. They have to know how fantastic you are too. I know already.
Thanks. I'm a message therapist. I help my clients get their word out about what they do. That means I help them with their social media. I love, love, love to do LinkedIn profiles, the About Us section of websites. I'm also a send out cards person. So if you want to send gratitude out in the mail, not an e-card, but actually a stamp in the corner, make someone's day, it's a great way to do that as well. So that's me, Peg Duchesne. I'm known as the Duchess, your message therapist, making your marketing count. Thanks, Jane.
You know what I love? I love that everybody in this room has a tagline. Everybody has a moniker or a tagline that is so distinct. I think that's awesome. You're an awesome bunch of ladies. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you. Please, if you have any questions, want to reach out, Rita, right back. I wish I could do it right back at. I'm confused. Right back at you, Rita. Thanks again. Reach out if you, and please look for that email, because I'm telling you, I don't know, my emails go into the Bermuda Triangle of emails, so be on the look. All right. Thanks again. Have a
Thank
great
you,
night.
Jane. Thanks so much.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, we'll get the recording stopped. That would be good. Take care, Barbara. Take care, Judy. I'll talk to you soon, Judy. You got
Great.
the
I
mail?
hope so. I got your mail. Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to be right with you.
Okay, very good. Whenever you can, whenever you get a chance.
Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Jane.
Thank you. I appreciate
And this
that.
was a very good recap for me again. So thanks a lot.
Good, good. All right, sounds good.
Bye, Barbara.
Take care.
There you go.